Sod Poodles Live is powered by Scarborough Specialties.
The Amarillo Sod Poodles are Texas league champions. The sides are better. This is the radio home of the Amarillo Sod Poodles, an affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Brought to you by our founding partners. Street Auto, B&J Building Supply, Northwest Texas Healthcare System.
The regular number 3, Estoy Ruiz.
Jerry and Margaret Hodge. Now, it's time for baseball. Here's the voice of the Sod Poodles, Sam Levitt.
From Hodgetown, Amarillo Sod Poodles baseball here on the Sod Poodles Radio Network, News Channel 10-2. Good to have you with us. We are underway, 1 out here in the first inning, and the pitch to Estoy Ruiz is fouled back 0-1. Oh, we apologize. Back a little bit later after first pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Ruiz followed by Azacar, Ruda, Overstreet, Cordoba, Kareem Elian, and Siegel with right-hander Luis Frias on the mound for Amarillo today. And the pitch is outside. 1-1. Defensively for Amarillo, Garrett Thomas Fletcher, Kennedy Cintrone, Abreu Jones, left to right in the outfield and infield, Meroglio behind the plate, and Frias on the mound. Rosario grounded out to begin the game. Called strike, and the count 1-2, a fastball from Frias at 96 miles an hour. One-two. Wave and a miss. Frias, a good start. 2 up, 2 down. As he strikes out, Estoy Ruiz. Defensive alignment for the Saudis tonight in Game 1. Brought to you by High Plains Chiropractic. Next time your back needs an alignment, call Doctors Ryan Hill and Michael King at 806-681-6692 or visit them at highplainschiropractic.com. 2 out, nobody on brings up center fielder Jose Azacar. Frias out of the wind and the pitch. Called strike. 0-1. Curveball that time from Luis. Our first pitch time, 4:03 p.m. Game time temperature 68 degrees. Cloudy skies here in downtown Amarillo. The 0-1 popped up. First base side out of play 0-2. Our time and temp brought to you by Toot & Totem. Hey fans, don't forget when the Sod Poodles are home, stop by any area Toot & Totem and refill your Sod Poodles Collector Cup for free. We'll see you after the game. 0-2. Is fouled straight back, and we'll do it again. Azacar batting .280, 8 home runs, and 40 RBIs. Frias out of the windup, and the pitch. Fouled away again. Foul ball brought to you by Country Auto Group. Today's first pitch brought to you by Blue Handle Publishing. Check out Blue Handle author Andrew J. Brandt's thriller Palo Duro. A 5-star review from Lex Allen says Andrew J. Brandt is a master of the art. Find out more at bluehandlepublishing.com. Frias winds and fires, and he got him. Swing and a miss. A fastball at 97. So a 1-2-3 inning for Luis Frias on only 14 pitches. Strikes out 2, ground out, strikeout, strikeout. Rosario, Ruiz, and Azacar go down. Middle of 1, San Antonio nothing, and Amarillo coming up in Game 1 of today's doubleheader on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and News Channel 10-2. We go to the bottom half of the first inning here at Hodgetown. San Antonio going down in order in their half of the first, and now the lineup for Amarillo again. Thomas Fletcher, Garrett Jones, Kennedy Basabe, Meroglio, Abreu, and Cintrone. Right-hander Brett Kennedy on the mound for San Antonio in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Sam Levitt, Paul Matney with you. A lot of baseball today, and we are just getting started. Lineup again for the Saudis: Thomas Fletcher, Garrett Jones, Kennedy Basabe, Meroglio, Abreu, and Cintrone. Thomas batting .267, 6 home runs, and 27 RBIs. And Kennedy winds and fires. Fastball. Outside ball 1. Amarillo wearing their alternate powder blues today, white pants, black batting helmets. San Antonio in Game 1 in their road grays, tops and bottoms. 1-0. Fastball a little bit low, and the count is 2-0 on Thomas. Fastball at 92. Thomas 1 for 13 in this series. Infield, outfield, pretty much straight up. Third baseman Cordoba playing well off the line at third. Overstreet guarding the line at first base. 2-0. Inside. 3-0. Brett Kennedy out of Pomona, New Jersey. Went to Fordham, East Coast kid. Interesting story, back here at AA for the first time since 2017. And the pitch inside to Thomas, ball 4. So not a good start for Kennedy. 4-pitch walk, and just like that, the Saudis have the leadoff man aboard. Kennedy spent all of 2017 at AA San Antonio. As we take a look at the San Antonio defense, Ruda, Azakar, and Ruiz left to right. Cordoba at third, Rosario at short, Melian at second, Overstreet at first, Siegel behind the plate, and Kennedy on the mound. Here's Dominic Fletcher. Thomas, good speed on first base, held on by Overstreet. Roddy on lefty. And the pitch is a fastball called strike. Kennedy, all of 2017 with San Antonio. 2018, he began the year at AAA El Paso, made 6 starts in the big leagues for San Diego, went 1-2, a 6.75 ERA. Oh, 1, low and in. Snap throw back to first base, not in time. 1-1 on Fletcher. Then the injuries came. He's dealt with shoulder issues, knee issues. 2019, made 1 start in the AZL. Obviously didn't play in 2020 in the minors. Began the year on the IL, made a rehab assignment with the Arizona complex, and then spent some time in El Paso, now sent back here to AA. Pitch. Outside. 2-1. Began the year with El Paso, pitched in May and early June for El Paso, then went back on the IL, and then was on a rehab assignment in Arizona earlier part of this month. 2-1 upstairs, 3-1. So Kennedy, I'm sure he didn't expect to be back here at AA, but here he is. Thomas a short lead. Fletcher batting .248, 9 home runs and 33 RBIs. No score, bottom 1. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Again, both these games 7 innings. Kennedy from the stretch, and a toss to first base. Back in safely standing is Alec Thomas.
Sam, it's 68 degrees here today at Hodgetown. Sun trying to break through, but winds are out of the north at 14. That'll make it tough. That short left field won't be quite as easy to deal with.
3-1. Check swing taken low and in. Ball 4. So not a good start at all for Kennedy, who's walked 2 to begin the game. Thomas up to second, Fletcher on first base, and here comes Stone Garrett. Well, you're right, the wind was blowing really straight in towards the booth earlier. Now it's kind of shifted from left to right, blowing towards the foul pole. But a cloudy, gloomy kind of day here in downtown Amarillo, and I guess it serves us right. We had such great weather the first week and a half of this homestand, and even yesterday it was a great day. And then 6 p.m. rolled around and the rains came, and I heard it was just going to be a drizzle. Ended up not being just a drizzle. We were rained out, and that's why we have a doubleheader here today. Golden opportunity early, no score, bottom 1. Thomas on second, Fletcher on first, and here's Stone Garrett. Roddy on righty, and the pitch. Taken inside, 94 miles an hour, ball 1. And Chandler Siegel having a conversation with Tanner Dobson behind the plate. Not happy with that call. Home plate umpire Tanner Dobson, first base umpire Chris Presley, crew chief Mike Carroll at third base. Kennedy looks in. Garrett batting .297, that's 6th in the AA Central. 1-0, called strike. 1-1. 11 home runs and 41 RBIs. Right now, he would be the Triple Crown winner for the Saudis on the team. Leads this team in average, home runs, and RBI. He has had just a great year. 4 for 15, 3 RBIs in this series, a 7-game hit streak. 1-1. And it's hit foul this way and lands underneath us. 1-2. Garrett slugging .492. That's 9th in the league. On this 7-game streak, 11 for his last 23. He had a big RBI single in the 9th inning on Friday night. Amarillo trailed 2-0 in the 9th inning, tied it at 2. They trailed 5-2 in the 10th. They tied it at 5. But San Antonio went on to win it 7-5 in 11. 1-2 on the way. Hit him. Fastball 2 inside on Stone Garrett. And this is a nightmarish start for Brett Kennedy. He's walked 2. Now hit Garrett. Amarillo's got the bases loaded and nobody out with the cleanup man, Rodder Jones, coming up. And Pete Zamora, San Antonio pitching coach, goes out. And he wants a word with Brett Kennedy, who is very experienced, a little bit older of a player here at AA. He is 26 years old. But so far, 2 walks, a hit by pitch. And Amarillo threatening here in the first inning. Saudis have the bases loaded, nobody out. And Pete Zamora chatting with Chandler Siegel on the mound, Brett Kennedy, but I think he's getting into the home plate umpire, Tanner Dobson, as well. And Zamora, as he's walking off, is still talking with Tanner Dobson. I think that was as much about getting his word in with Dobson as it was going out to talk to Kennedy.
Yeah, good long conversation with the umpire.
On a doubleheader, you would imagine maybe that strike zone expands, if anything, but apparently not right now for Brett Kennedy. Here's Jones. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom 1, no score. Pitch on the way, and a called strike. 0-1. Jones 3 for 16 in this series, batting .235, couple of home runs, and 13 RBIs on the year. Good speed, Thomas on third, Fletcher on second, Garrett on first base. The infield back, the outfield straight up. 0-1. And a fastball, good pitch. Outside corner called strike. And now Rodder Jones doesn't quite like it with Tanner Dobson behind the plate. Buddy Kennedy waiting on deck. As Brett Kennedy looks in for a sign. Has the hiked up navy blue socks, dark cleats, and now time called. So a couple of guys here in Jones and Kennedy who both spent time in the big leagues. Jones spending it with the Giants a couple of years ago, and Kennedy with those 6 starts in 2018 for San Diego. 0-2 on the way. In the dirt, good stop by Siegel. 1-2. It's not inconceivable that if Brett Kennedy here in the minors can show something, that he wouldn't become a candidate in San Diego even this year for a spot start when they need it. He's one of those guys who has experience and they know they can rely on him. The problem for him is that he just hasn't been healthy. And the Padres didn't make a big move for pitching at the trade deadline. So you never know. Well, right now at least, Kennedy here at AA. And this inning moving along very slowly as Jones steps out again. Kennedy toes the first base side of the rubber again. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom 1, scoreless game. 1-2 the count. And here it comes. And Jones takes it inside. Just missed. Fastball, 93 miles an hour, and the count now 2-2. Pitch, and Jones a swing and a miss. So a big strikeout for Brett Kennedy. Strikes out Rodder Jones, first out here in the first inning. Still, Amarillo, the bases loaded. And now it's Kennedy v. Kennedy with Buddy stepping to the plate. So here's Buddy Kennedy, 2 for 8 in this series. Kennedy batting .235, 5 home runs, and 15 RBIs. Pitch in the dirt. Siegel on the backhand, diving for it like a shortstop, and somehow snared it to keep Thomas at third base. Boy, that was impressive. That ball was in the other batter's box, the left-handed batter's box, and Siegel somehow dove. Seriously, it looked like a shortstop and picked it out.
He really leaped out there and saved a run, as you said.
1 out. Thomas dancing off third. Fletcher dancing off second. Garrett leading off first base. Kennedy a long look in at Siegel. And now time called as Kennedy steps off. I think Kennedy and Siegel having a little bit of trouble here getting together.
Base hit here would score 1 run, maybe 2.
You get anything down the line in the alley, you could get 3. Good speed. 1-0. And a fastball in the high, called strike. Buddy Kennedy with the bases loaded this year, 0 for 2. One and one. And here it comes. Low. 2 balls and a strike. Kennedy had a big hit on Friday night, a game-tying single in the 9th inning. Amarillo in that 9th inning on Friday had 2 out, nobody on. 4 straight hits tied the game at 2. And then the Saudis losing in 11, 7-5. 2-1. And it's in for a strike. 2-2. Kennedy very fastball heavy in this opening inning. He throws a fastball, slider, and a changeup. Although he has been overwhelmingly dealing with the fastball here in this first inning. He would love another strikeout here. 2-2. Basabe on deck. The middle infielders, Melian and Rosario, play at double play depth. The outfield straight up. 2-2. And the pitch. Ground ball towards the middle. Picked up by Rosario to second. 1 throw to first. Double play. Brett Kennedy out of the inning. A 6-4-3 double play. I'm not sure if that got a piece of Kennedy on the way through the middle. It did. So that'll go 1-6-4-3 on the double play. Saudis load the bases, nobody out. They come up empty. No runs on no hits and 2 left on. End of 1. San Antonio nothing and Amarillo nothing on the Sod Poodles Radio Network. Cloudy day here in downtown Amarillo as we go to the 2nd. Luis Frias back to work. A 14-pitch, 1-2-3 opening frame. First pitch to Ben Ruda in for a strike, 0-1. Ruda followed by Overstreet and Cordoba. 4, 5, and 6. Frias kicks and deals. Wave and a miss. Good off speed. A slider. 0-2. Ruda 6 for 19. A home run in this series. Batting .225. Home run and 9 RBIs of Double-A this year. 0-2. Fastball up high. 1-2. Frias making his second start of this homestand. This one hit well into left center, but it's Fletcher there in center to make the play. 1 down. So here's Overstreet. Former Saudi batting .250, 3 home runs and 33 RBIs. Pitch, curveball, good one, and a swing and a miss by Overstreet. 0-1. I should say that Frias is making his 3rd start of this homestand. Both have been pretty good. Pitch, again, on the curve, a swing and a miss. And the count 0-2. He went 6 innings, 5 earned runs given up over the weekend against Frisco. Pitch inside. 1-2. It was 7 innings, 4 runs given up. And his first start of the homestand. 1-2. Low and away. 2-2. His first start of August in July, he went 1-2 with 6.04 ERA. It's been an up and down year for Luis, but he's shown a lot of really good signs, especially in those last couple of starts. 2-2. Line foul. First base side. At one point in the outing last Sunday, he went 4 scoreless innings. He looked really good, ran into trouble in the 5th. 2-2, popped up again foul, and we'll do it again. In the series opener against Frisco, Frias, at 1.3 scoreless innings early on. He has looked really dominant early in these outings. 2-2, swing and a miss, got Overstreet. Third strikeout in an inning and 2/3 so far for Luis, 2 down. So far so good. 5 up, 5 down. And it brings up Alan Cordoba. No score. Top 2. 2 out, nobody on. And Cordoba grounds it. Foul. Hit him in the box. 0-1. Sam Levitt, Paul Matney with you on the Sod Poodles Radio Network. MILB TV, News Channel 10-2. As always, let us know who you are, where you're tuned in from today. Tweet at us at Sod Poodles. Tweet at me at Sammy Lev, SAMMYLEV. Email SamL, SAML, at sodpoodles.com. Shoot us a message on Instagram, Facebook. Pitch, up and in. And the count now 1-1. It's a cool early afternoon, or really I should say late afternoon now. 1-1. Wave and a miss. Good fastball. 1-2. Paul's got the long sleeves on. I've got the light jacket on. Just what you expect here in the Panhandle on August 1st. The 1-2 fouled away.
Just a typical cool August summer.
Well, it's been this way all summer long.
Been well in the 90s for a couple of weeks or so.
Yeah. You know, it's been mild. This week was a bit hotter, but it has just not been a very hot summer. 1-2. Lined into right center. Moving to it, Fletcher. He's on the run, and there puts it away. Another 1-2-3 inning for Luis Frias. So far, so good. 6 up, 6 retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Middle of 2. San Antonio nothing and Amarillo nothing on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and News Channel 10-2. We go to the bottom half of the second here at Hodgetown. No score between the Saudis and the San Antonio Missions. Basabe, Marolio, and Abreu due up. Amarillo had the bases loaded, nobody out, and the opening frame did not score. So we'll see if that comes back to bite Amarillo here in game 1. Basabe, a switch hitter, batting left, and the pitch is outside, ball 1. Luis at 232, 8 home runs and 24 RBIs. 3 for 11 in this series. 1-0, called strike. 1-1, fastball at 92. Brett Kennedy, who went to Fordham University in New York City. He has never faced the Amarillo Sod Poodles in his career. Out of the windup, the kick and the pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike on Basabe. Just shows you how much can happen in the span of a few years. 2017, when he was at AA in San Antonio, the Amarillo Sod Poodles were not even a thought, or officially a thought. 2-1. Upstairs, and the count now 3-1. Paul, when did it become official that they were building the baseball stadium here downtown?
Well, the referendum vote passed in the fall of 2015.
Okay.
So once that happened, then things began to take place.
3-1 called strike 3-2, but then it took a little time to get official word that a AA baseball team was coming, right?
Yes,
okay.
that's correct. Then the powers that be really started working on trying to get a major league franchise at the AA
right.
level.
3-2 ground ball, first base. Overstreet knocks it down, picks it up, flips to a covering Kennedy in time. Good recovery by Overstreet. 3-1 put out. And there's one away in the second. Catcher Dominic Marolio coming up. Well, I guess the point is that in 2017, at least the Amarillo Sod Poodles as a franchise were a ways away. And that's the last time that Brett Kennedy was here at AA. And just think of everything that happened since he was at AA. San Antonio would become AAA. The Padres would come here to Amarillo at AA, and now they're back in San Antonio, and we're with Arizona. First pitch to Marolio, called strike 0-1. And even after that, Kennedy would make his big league debut, 6 starts for San Diego in 2018. Ground ball to shortstop, charging Rosario, meets it, and a toss to first in time. Couple of ground outs, 1-2 Overstreet, 1-2 Rosario, 2 down. So a much better start here in the second for Kennedy, 2 up, 2 down.
Sam, I think the problem with San Antonio getting a AAA club, and I think that was actually the plan, they just haven't been able to get the folks together down there to figure out how to get financing for a AAA ballpark and decide where it should be.
Well, ironically, the stadium down there that we'll go back to in late August and early September, the Wolf, which I enjoy. That was a AAA stadium for one season in 2019. Pitch to Abreu in the dirt, ball 1. But you're right, there's been a lot of discussion down in that area for a long time about AAA baseball, about Major League Baseball, about new stadiums, all kinds of stuff. 1-0, up and in, 2-0 San Antonio, a rich history of minor league baseball. Remember, San Antonio, they were a founding member of the Texas League over 100 years ago. 2-0, called strike 2-1. Now, I'm not going to get back into this discussion because I feel like I've done it however many times over the course of this season. It's one of the reasons why I really hope they bring back the league names, because they do have so much history in those leagues. 2-1, ground ball right side, trickling base hit. And Osvaldo Abreu, a 2-out single, so Abreu had the big home run. Game-tying home run in the 10th inning on Friday night. Unfortunately, would not be enough, but Abreu heating up. He's on first base, 2 out, and the 9-batter, Cintrone, digs in. Here's Cintrone. Kennedy has a signed pitch, called strike 0-1. Cintrone 4 for 13, home run in this series, batting .237, 4 home runs and 20 RBIs on the year. 0-1, popped up, and it sails out of play, foul right side. Kennedy ahead 0-2. By the way, Abreu, his last 15 games batting .260 before that base hit. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, but he really struggled in his time at AA to begin the year. So he's heating up, had the big home run on Friday, and hopefully a sign of things to come for Osvaldo. Infield straight up, outfield straight away. No score, bottom 2. Kennedy with the 0-2. On its way to Cintrone, up high. Ball and 2 strikes. Crowd still filing in here in downtown Amarillo. We had our Mackenzie Gore bobblehead giveaway today. First 1,500 fans, 12 and up. I don't know if they've given all those away yet or not. 1-2, swinging a liner down the left field side, base hit. Ruda picks it up. Stopping at second base, Abreu, so back-to-back 2-out singles from Abreu and Cintrone. Top of the order, Alec Thomas coming up, and Paul, that's been a theme in this series, the bottom part of the lineup getting it done. And the first trip through, both Abreu and Cintrone pick up a couple of base hits.
Yeah, just a little soft liner out there, as you mentioned. Left fielder had to really come in to feel that ball. No chance for the runner to get to third, but 2 men on base.
So here's Alec Thomas. Scoreless game, bottom 2. Abreu on second, Cintrone on first base. Kennedy looks in, has a sign. And the pitch. Popped up. Straight back, Siegel with the look. Does he have room? No. Lands in dugout suites, and a nice catch on the ricochet by a fan sitting behind home plate. Kind of a light crowd early on, and that's understandable, A, because of this gloomy weather, and B, because today's game was scheduled to be a 6:05 p.m. first pitch, and now we've got a doubleheader that started at 4. So it should fill in as we go along here tonight. 0-1, and a fastball called strike. 0-2. Thomas walked his first time. 2 on, 2 out. 0-2 on the way. Low. Slider that time. Rather a changeup. 1-2. Doing things a little bit differently today. We'll have a break between games. We'll send it back to regularly scheduled programming on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and News Channel 10-2. I'll go to my TV pregame show between games. What a way to wrap up this 12-game homestand. Then an off day tomorrow, 6-game series in Frisco beginning on Tuesday night.
You're going to need an off day tomorrow, Sam.
And, I decided I'm driving to Frisco. No bus for me. 1-2 on the way. Upstairs, 2-2. Not that anybody cares about this, but this will be the first time I've ever driven to a road trip with the Saudis. I've always taken the bus, but you know, Paul, sometimes it's just nice to have your car.
Sure.
Have a little bit more freedom.
And the good news is you're not driving to Corpus Christi.
2-2. Check swing. Did Thomas go? He did. And a big strikeout for Brett Kennedy in the second inning. So Amarillo's had multiple base runners on in each of the first 2 innings, but they come up empty in both. In the inning, no runs on 2 hits and 2 left on. We're through 2. No score on the Sod Poodles Radio Network. No score as we go to the third. Curry, Melian, and Siegel, 7-8-9, due up for San Antonio. Right-hander Luis Frias back to work. So far, so good for Frias. 6 up, 6 down. First pitch, low ball 1. You struck out 3, walked nobody. Curry batting .250, 5 home runs, and 19 RBIs, the DH for San Antonio in Game 1. Fastball misses away, 2-0. Curry 4 for 14 with a home run in this series. 2-0, called strike. One thing you'll notice immediately about Luis Frias, Paul, is that he works very, very quickly. 2-1, called strike, 2-2.
He does indeed. He gets the ball back from the catcher, immediately gets on the rubber and looks in, and doesn't pause a lot out there at all.
2-2. Swing and a miss. It gets by all the way to the backstop. Morolio picks it up, and he can't pick it up cleanly. Safely at first base is Curry. That bounds to the right of that big A logo towards the on-deck circle on the right side. And unfortunate for Luis Frias, he strikes out Curry, but nothing to show for it as Curry reaches on the drop third strike, wild pitch. Now you hate that when you're a pitcher. You get a strikeout, and the guy's on first base anyway. Here's Kelvin Melian, called strike 0-1. But you're exactly right, Paul. Frias works very, very quickly, which the guys behind him have to enjoy. Certainly we enjoy it. 0-1. Ground ball towards the middle, could be 2. Cintron picks it up, steps on second, throws to first in time, double play. So the baseball gods take it away, and the strikeout, they give it right back. On the double play ball, 2 down.
That was a perfect double play. The ball literally fielded about 2-3 feet from the bag, and a real easy toss to first base to get 2.
We talked about one of the worst feelings when you strike out a batter. He's on first base anyway. One of the best feelings for a pitcher, a double play ball. 2 out, nobody on. Number 9 batter, Siegel digs in, no score, top 3. Pitch, fouled straight back, 0-1. Double play brought to you by W Marketing. W Marketing, a full-service ad agency focused on telling captivating stories and building strong, memorable brands. Find out more at wmarketing.com. 0-1. And a ground ball right side. Abreu gobbles it up, and a toss to first in time. That's the inning. So another scoreless inning for Luis Frias. Strikeout, double play ball, and a ground out. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 2.5 in the books in game 1 of today's doubleheader. No score on News Channel 10-2 and the Sod Poodles Radio Network. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning here in downtown Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. We take a look at the kids playing in the playground beyond right field. That's what I need. Out of the booth and out by the playground. Well, I might go out there and let you take over.
Yeah, listen, they love to roll down that place, I tell you. They have a great time out here.
Scoreless game, bottom 3. It's Fletcher, Garrett, Jones due up for Amarillo. Right-hander Brett Kennedy back to work, and the first pitch rides away, ball 1. Fletcher walked his first time. Amarillo's had golden opportunities in each of the first 2 innings. Bases loaded, nobody out in the first inning, didn't score. 2 on, 2 out, and the second came up empty again. 1-0, popped up. Third base side foul ground, Cordoba over, and he runs out of room. 1-1 on Dominic Fletcher. That wind is still whipping around, blowing out towards right field across, right towards the booth on our first base side.
About a 14-mile-an-hour breeze.
1-1, wave and a miss way out in front, change up, and the count now 1-2. Oh, we've got some folks tuning in tonight. Oh, hopefully more than some, but we've got Maggie Olshinska tuning in. Ground ball foul, first base side. Watching the Saudis. Wonder if she's watching on News Channel 10-2. Looks like it. So Maggie, we appreciate you tuning in. Got Bobby tuning in on News Talk 940. Bobby, we appreciate it. Fletcher broke his bat. Gets a new piece of wood. Fletcher, the former Arkansas Razorback. And what a college career he had. 1-2, popped up. Third base side, do it again. Just to show you how much a college career at a program like Arkansas in the SEC can take you. When Fletcher made his great catch, the number 2 play on SportsCenter during this homestand, the anchors said, yeah, he played for Arkansas. Remember him? 1-2 on the way. Ground ball, first base side, picked up by Overstreet. Flips to a covering Kennedy in time. 3-1 put out. 1 away in the 3rd. Have to give Brett Kennedy a lot of credit. He's dealt with base runners, has not been perfect, but so far 2 1/3 scoreless innings. We've got Becky and Don tuning in from Section 112. Hey. Locked in on the Sod Poodles Radio Network. First pitch to Stone Garrett. Ground ball, left side, and apparently hit Garrett's foot. So strike 1 on Stone. Becky and Don's friends, Stuart and Norma, are not here today. So I don't know if they're listening in the car, something like that. They might be. Paul, as you know, my mom was in town a few days ago and left this morning. In fact, apparently she's still sitting on the tarmac in Amarillo. 0-1 inside, 1-1. I'm getting the live text updates. But my mom was apparently very popular down in Section 112. 1-1. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. I told my mom to listen to the game while she's sitting on the tarmac. I don't know if she is or not.
Yeah, we were trying to talk her into going down to see the Texas play before she left.
2-1. Swinging a foul straight back, and the count now 2-2. No score, bottom 3, 1 out, nobody on. Stone Garrett at the dish. Here's what I have to tell her to do. Let her take her phone and plug it into the speaker system on the plane. Then the whole flight can listen. 2-2, and Kennedy fires. Popped up. Foul ground first base side. And this gets out of play. Lands on the roof above our heads. Do it again at 2-2 on Stone Garrett. We have a first to third video coming out with Stone at some point this week. And one of the questions I asked Stone is, what's the meaning behind the name Stone? And I don't want to spoil it too much, but it has something to do with his dad, whose nickname as a high school football player was Rock. But he can tell you the full story. 2-2. Ground ball back to Kennedy. Spears it. Underhand flip to first in time. 1-3 put out, 2 down. Scoreless game, bottom 3 again. These 2 games today, both 7-inning games. So once you get past the 3rd inning, you're kind of getting into the later innings. And it brings up Ryder Jones. No, it used to be where minor league doubleheaders were 7-inning games and major league doubleheaders were 9-inning games, but that's no more the case. Now both are 7-inning affairs. Jones a swing and a miss at a breaking pitch, 0-1. It also used to be we would have to explain that runner on second rule in extra innings. That's also now the same. So I feel like now I have no explaining to do, ever. 0-1. And Jones a foul tip into the mitt of the catcher Siegel. Kennedy ahead 0-2. On the way. And a line drive, left field, slicing foul. Kennedy, who hit a batter and walked 2 to begin the game. Boy, he's really settled down. And you just hope today that the Saudis aren't kicking themselves with the good opportunities early and not scoring anything. 0-2 on the way, in the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes on Jones. One and 2. Pitch. Ground ball, first base. Overstreet picks it up, and he says to Kennedy, "I've got it." Steps in the bag, and that's the inning. So 3 ground ball outs. 1, 2, 3 go the Saudis in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We go to the 4th inning. San Antonio nothing and Amarillo nothing on News Channel 10-2 and the Amarillo Sod Poodles Radio Network. We go to the 4th inning here in downtown Amarillo. Fans enjoying a beer out by the West Texas A&M Party Patio. Luis Frias, so far so good. 3 scoreless innings, a struck out 4, yet to allow a hit. He'll face Rosario Ruiz and Azacar. First pitch, fastball, rides high, ball 1. Rosario grounded out his first time. Sam Levitt, Paul Matney with you, Sod Poodles Radio Network. Great to have you with us. Pitch. Curveball, good one, called strike. 1-1. One. Check swing. Did he go? No swing, says first base umpire Chris Presley. Take a look at the AA Central scoreboard in this fourth inning. Update you on what's going on in the AAC. 2-1 fouled straight back, 2-2. Northwest Arkansas beating Wichita 9-5. Seventh inning in Springdale. One final already. And that was Midland beating Tulsa at One Oak Field 6-4. Home runs for Jake Suttleson and Diaz in that one. Curveball, soft liner to short, picked out by Cintrone. One down. Brings up Estory Ruiz. Other scores, Springfield leading Arkansas in game one of that doubleheader, 2-1. That's in Springfield, Missouri. So 2 doubleheaders in the league today. First go at Corpus Christi coming up in just a bit at 6:05. Pitch, low and away, ball 1. Ruiz struck out his first time. 1-0. Fouled straight back, and the count 1-1. And that's a look at the AA Central scoreboard, brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light is a lighter, crisper taste, so you're ready for what's next. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. 1-1. Bunted, third base side, hugs the line and kicks foul. So Ruiz, a bunt attempt for a base hit. And the count now 1-2.
Sam, you were talking about that new rule about putting a man on second for extra innings. What do you think about that?
Well, I go back and forth. On one hand, it does inject some immediate excitement and strategy into extra innings. On the other hand, I think it's terribly unfair to the pitchers, as the 1-2 comes in from Luis Frias. Fouled straight back to it again. The negatives are, I think it's really unfair to the pitchers. And number 2, it's just a wacky rule that is so far beyond anything we've ever seen in the game of baseball. 1-2. Liner towards second. Abreu reaches up. A little hop, and he pulls it in. Nicely done by Osvaldo Abreu, timing that for out number 2.
That was nice timing. It almost looked like he was in slow motion as he went up after that ball.
That was a tough one because it wasn't hit all that hard. But Abreu certainly had to leap up to get it. Timed it well, 2 down. And here's Jose Azocar. Pitch a called strike, 0-1. That's how I feel about it. I get it, and I understand on the minor league side of things. 0-1. Ground ball slowly hit the second. Abreu gobbles it up, throws first in time. Another 1-2-3 inning for Luis Frias, who has gone 4 scoreless, no-hit frames. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Middle of the fourth inning. Sadi's nothing, and the Mission's nothing on News Channel 10-2 and the Sod Poodles Radio Network. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. San Antonio nothing, Amarillo nothing. Brett Kennedy back to work. He'll face Buddy Kennedy, Luis Basabe, and Dominic Marolio. No runs, no hits, no errors for San Antonio. Amarillo, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. So Kennedy v. Kennedy. First pitch to Buddy, lifted foul, right side, out of play. Strike 1. Sounds like a court case. Kennedy v. Kennedy. 1 grew up in. Actually, you know what? I take it back. We've got a couple of New Jersey natives here. It's kind of cool. 0-1 outside, 1-1. Hit high in the air into left. It's deep. It's on the way and gone. Buddy Kennedy, a solo home run, number 6 for the New Jersey native. Amarillo strikes first in game 1 of today's doubleheader. It's 1-0 Soddies.
Sam, he got that up in the air, and he was fighting that little 14-mile-an-hour wind, too.
Yeah, you're right. That had to slice through the wind, blowing the other way towards right. And off the bat, I thought this would land a lot deeper than where it did. It kind of just got out of here in front of bar 352. But off the bat, it had home run potential, and it went out anyway. First pitch to Basabe outside, ball 1. So that's significant again, a 7-inning game. And you've got to remember that, now you're kind of in the late innings. 1-0. And taken outside, ball 2. So Kennedy's 6th home run at AA this year, number 16 in the RBI department. And he beats the other Kennedy. 2-0. Fouled straight back, 2-1. That's not nice. One Kennedy beating up on another.
Kennedy v. Kennedy, or could sound like a law firm. Kennedy and Kennedy.
Yep. Basabe grounded out his first time. See if Amarillo can do some more damage here in this 4th inning. 2-1. And a ground ball, foul, wide of first base, and the count now 2-2. Two, low, 3-2. By the way, Brett Kennedy grew up by Atlantic City in New Jersey. Buddy Kennedy from Millville at New Jersey, home of Mike Trout. Some Garden State battles. 3-2 popped up. Third base side, foul ground. Cordoba by the dugout. Does he have room? No. Lands on the top of the dugout. Basabe with the ground out in the second, now 3 for 12 in this series. 3-2 on the way, and he hits it foul. Straight back, do it again. 1-0 Amarillo, 4th inning. By the way, pitching matchup in game 2 of this doubleheader. Tyler Holton on the mound for Amarillo, and Matt Waldron, knuckleballer, on the mound for San Antonio. 3-2 the count. Pitch on the way, and it's hit well into left the other way. Backing up is William Sutton at the wall, and he makes the catch. Check that, not William Sutton, Ruda in left. For out number 1, I was looking at, for a moment, as I looked at the game 2 pitching matchup, I was looking at the potential game 2 defense for San Antonio. That's why I said William Sutton. Oops, I didn't mean to give any lineups away. Sam, Philip Wellman is not going to be happy with me, Paul.
Well, that fly ball was kind of a pattern like Kennedy's.
Yeah, I agree.
Home run.
First pitch in for a strike, rather a ball 1 to Marolio. I'm with you. I thought off the bat that would go a lot farther. Just shows you how far that wind is pushing in. 1-0, up and away in the count now, 2-0 on Marolio. Marolio grounded out his first time. Pitch popped up, out of play. And the count now 2-1. Take a look at the Down on the Farm report tonight, brought to you by Yellow House Machinery. Nothing runs like a deer. 2-1. Broken bat, Looper, third base side, fair. Rolls down the line by the sidewall. Marolio, a wide turnaround first base, on his way to second. Throw comes in, not in time. A 1-out double. A little broken bat flare by Marolio down the third base side. Stayed fair. And Marolio with his first hit today.
Nice hustle by Marolio to get into second base.
That just stayed fair. That was not hit very hard, just a little broken bat flare off the end of the bat. And Amarillo with the second Amarillo hit in this inning. He's on second, 1 out. Saudis have a 1-0 lead. And it brings up all of a sudden the red-hot Osvaldo Abreu. So Abreu, a couple of hits in his last couple of at-bats, the home run on Friday night, and a base hit in the second inning to begin his game tonight. Amarillo a short lead. Kennedy fires. Called strike. 0-1. Abreu now 4 for 9 in this series. Oh-1. Swinging a foul. Good rip. Fastball at 91, 0-2. It should be no surprise that Abreu is perhaps starting to come around offensively. You look at his numbers at other places in the minor leagues. He spent a number of years with the Nationals organization. Potomac, High A in 2019. He hit 265 at 5 home runs and 41 RBIs, so he can hit. 0-2. And the pitch. Ground ball, third base side foul. Do it again. Now, his only other stint at Double-A was not a great one. That was in 2018. He was at Double-A Harrisburg. Hit 183. Did hit 8 home runs, 41 RBI, so he's always had some power. And got off to a slow start here in Amarillo, but really nice couple of nights. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Abreu chasing a heater upstairs and inside. 2 down. And the third strikeout for Brett Kennedy.
The shortstop, number 9, Giancarlo Cintron.
2 out, Amarillo on second. Amarillo a 1-0 lead. And it brings up Giancarlo Cintron. Cintron a single, his first time. The outfield straight up. Kennedy now 80 pitches in, looks in. And here it comes. Foul straight back, 0-1. You know, keep in mind that Kennedy threw only 35 pitches. Well, you know what? I'm looking at this. This cannot be right. He went 5 innings, 35. No way, right? So I'm gonna forget what I was saying. I don't know how many pitches he went that last rehab assignment. 0-1. Ground ball foul, third base side. But we should mention that it's his first start following the rehab assignment in Arizona, and he's throwing a lot of pitches here at 82. That's my point.
Would have been a quick rehab.
I could not back it up with the numbers, but my point stands. Cintron a single his first time up. Amarillo a short lead off second base. 1-0 Amarillo, fourth inning. There is action in the San Antonio bullpen. And the pitch. Wave and a miss. Cintron chases one in the dirt. Picked up by Siegel. Throws first in time. So 2 strikeouts for Kennedy to end the inning. But Amarillo does take a 1-0 lead on the solo home run by Buddy Kennedy. We go to the 5th inning. Saudis 1 and the Missions nothing on the Sod Poodles Radio Network. We go to the 5th inning. Amarillo 1 and San Antonio nothing. Ben Ruda leads it off, and the first pitch from Luis Frias in for a strike, 0-1. Frias now 52 pitches in. He has been splendid. 4 scoreless innings, hitless innings. Pitch outside, 1-1. Ruda followed by Overstreet and Cordoba. Boy, Luis worked so quickly. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good curveball. And the count 1-2. On one hand, I love it. On the other hand, I don't have any time to say anything. 1-2 on the way, and this one is fouled away, third base side. Not that Luis should have any consideration to anything I want. But, I mean, he works as quickly, Paul, as anybody I've seen in the minor leagues. 1-2. Fastball. Missed somewhere at 96, and the count now at 2-2.
And Sammy's very consistent at that. That's the way he's pitched all year long.
2-2. liner on a hop to second. Abreu's got it. Tossed the first in time. 4-3 put out. One away here in the 5th inning, and we're starting to get into territory here where you want to keep an eye on the scoreboard and the hit department for San Antonio. So here's Kyle Overstreet, pitch. Called strike. 0-1. Remember, Matt Tabor did have that 7-inning no-hitter in July against San Antonio. This one grounded to short. Cintrone on the run, picks it up, throws first in time. 5-3 put out. Boy, Luis Frias is simply rolling. I mean, the at-bats are quick. He's working quick. 59 pitches in, 4 2/3 scoreless.
Yeah, we're about, an hour and 17 minutes in.
First pitch low and outside, ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. Third baseman Alan Cordoba. 1-0 Amarillo, 5th inning. Out of the windup and the pitch. Ooh, Frias slipped, or was time called, and Frias almost did a split.
He did.
Well, he did slip, but he did that because time was called.
Yeah.
And he almost went into a full split. That would be a big guy doing a split. 1-0. Called strike. And the count now 1-1. One. Check swing went around. And the count 1-2. One, 2 on the way. Swinging a liner into right center, chasing after it. Fletcher with Thomas. It's Fletcher who gets there on the run and makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Luis Frias. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. Middle of the 5th inning, Amarillo 1, San Antonio 0 on News Channel 10-2 and the Sod Poodles Radio Network. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Amarillo a 1-0 lead. It's Thomas, Fletcher, and Garrett. 2 up for Amarillo. New pitcher on the mound for San Antonio, right-hander Dylan Rowe, replacing Brett Kennedy. So Kennedy 4 innings, 1 run given up. Kennedy right now would be the losing pitcher. 4 hits given up. He walked 2, struck out 4. And now Rowe will face the top of the Amarillo lineup. Rowe, a tall guy, 6'9", 245. First pitch. Off the outside, ball 1. Rowe, 29 years old, out of Garson, Canada. Signed with San Diego as a free agent earlier this year. 1-0. Low and inside. 2-0. Rowe making his second appearance of this series. Pitched on Tuesday night. Scoreless inning. Got Thomas to ground out. 2-0. Outside. 3-0. In fact, he faced Thomas, Fletcher, and Garrett. Same guys will face here on Tuesday night. So I don't know if that played into it all. Why Philip Wellman's using him out of the bullpen here? Probably not, just based on what we know about minor league pitching. But he did get these 3 guys, Thomas, Fletcher, and Garrett, in a 1-2-3 inning on Tuesday night. Rowe has his sign. Pitch on the way. Low. Ball 4. Second walk for Thomas, and that's the way the 5th inning begins.
Sam Rowe at 6'9", 245 is a pretty big presence out there on the mound.
He is a full foot taller than me. Dominic Fletcher digs in. Thomas runs. Fletcher rockets it down the right field side. Gone! An absolute rocket! Dominic Fletcher, a 2-run shot. And the Saudis lead it 3-zip in the 5th.
Sam, that got out of here fast. A line drive. right out there into the berm in right field.
Give me the exit velo on that baby. 108. That was absolutely smoked. A 2-run homer for Dominic Fletcher. His 10th home run. And nearly hit a kid out there. Thankfully, it whizzed by him. And that's the way the inning begins. A walk and a home run for Fletcher. 3-0 Amarillo. First pitch called strike 0-1. Pitch to Stone Garrett, taking a called strike. 0-2. So Rowe has come in, walked Thomas, and Fletcher a home run. Pitch on the way, and a wave and a miss. Garrett strikes out. So 1 down here in the 5th inning. Boy, that thing was as hard hit as anything we've seen in a while. 108. And you know what, Paul? I mean, did that get more than 20, 25 feet in the air?
No, it didn't. It was a line drive, and it was out of here quickly.
One down. Amarillo, a 3-0 lead. And here's Rodder Jones, first pitch, he rips it into center. As a car back on the warning track, he's by the fence and he has room. Jones hit it about as far as you can, out to straightaway center, but not deep enough for out number 2.
As a car on that catch, just right up against the wall. Couldn't have gone back any further.
So it brings up Buddy Kennedy. He had a home run in the 4th inning. That made it 1-0. Fletcher's home run makes it 2-0. Pitch up and in, ball 1. Amarillo 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. San Antonio no runs, no hits, no errors. And that's certainly something to keep an eye on. Amarillo already has one 7-inning no-no against San Antonio this year. Luis Frias is cruising. 1-0. Misses away. And the count now 2-0. Two out, nobody on. Infield, outfield, straight up. Overstreet first baseman playing well off the line at first. 2-0. Low. And the count now 3-0. Pitch outside. So ball 4 to Kennedy. Second walk given up by Rowe in this inning. And it brings up Luis Basabe. Fans still filing in. Lights on here at Hodgetown. Fans enjoying some food out by the Route 66 Grill at the Barnyard on the first base side. As Basabe digs in, he's 0 for 2. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Some fans out by Dickey's Barbecue Pit beyond left field. A lot of options out there, some brisket, a mac stack, the sausage wrap, coleslaw, maybe they've got some baked beans out there. 1-0. Liner, base hit into right. Kennedy around second, on his way to third. Ruiz up throwing, throw on the way, cut off. Base hit for Luis Basabe. Second hit of this inning, and now Amarillo has runners at the corners. 2 out, and Morolio coming up. So here's Amarillo. Ground out and a double tonight. Amarillo a 3-0 lead, 5th inning. It's been a strange inning for Rowe. Walks and hits. Pitch. And a bouncer foul, third base side. 0-1. John Moore, our great cameraman. In that third base camera well. Almost got hit. Not cameraman, he's a photographer. How dare I? 0-1. Basabe runs, pitches low, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Luis Basabe. That stolen base brought to you by Jimmy John's, a freaky fast stolen base. A freaky fast, great value. With combos starting under $5. Visit their 3 locations in Amarillo. Morolio, 1 for 2, a double in the 4th. And now a base hit could bring in 2. 1-1, wave and a miss. Fastball at 94. And the count 1-2. Rowe has his sign. 1-2 on the way. Ripped down the left field side, hooking foul. Do it again, exit velo on that, 101. Dylan Rowe, who came into this outing so far at AA, 0-1, a 7.48 ERA. 15 appearances, 21 2/3 innings, league batting .317, so he's struggled. It's been that way in the 5th inning here. Pitch, fouled away again, do it again at 1-2. One and 2. Rowe looks in. Big moment. San Antonio trying to keep it a 3-0 game. Pitch on the way. Up and in. 2-2. Only mentioned Rowe. Very tall, 6'9". A lot of arms and legs coming at you when he throws. He's kind of got a funky delivery to the plate. Brings that ball down low and then kind of shotguns it. Not shotgun. What word am I looking for? Shot put. Shot puts it to home plate. 2-2 on the way. Check swing. Did Morolio go? He did. He chased. And that's the inning. So Rowe strikes out 2, but a big inning for Amarillo as they score 2 on a 2-run home run by Dominic Fletcher. In the inning, 2 runs on 1 hit. And 2 left on. We go to the 6th inning. Amarillo 3 and San Antonio nothing on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and News Channel 10-2. Sixth inning here in downtown Amarillo. Soddy's 3 and the Mission's nothing. Michael Curry followed by Kelvin Melian and Chandler Siegel. 7-8-9. Saudis have a 3-0 lead. First pitch on the way. Fouled away, 0-1. Frias has yet to give up a hit in this outing. He's only 64 pitches in. So, Paul, this is getting rather interesting as we get deeper into this game.
It is indeed.
0-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Slider in the count 0-2. Meanwhile, more action transpiring in the San Antonio bullpen. 0-2, bounced foul. Brandon Komar getting loose. Frias looks in. Pitch, fastball in there, strike 3. Throws up Curry, 5th strikeout for Luis Frias tonight. 1 out in the 6th inning. And that was a dandy fastball, maybe a little bit high by the letters at 97 miles an hour, but good enough for strike 3.
Ruiz has been efficient with his pitches. He sits at a
Yep.
67 pitch count.
Here's Melian. Pitch, off speed, dips low and away, ball 1. Frias working so quickly. 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Frias, who in 6 innings, 5 earned runs given up his last start. Last weekend against Frisco. 2-0 in the dirt. 3-0. You mentioned Frias going just 70 pitches here in the 6th inning. Pitch up high, ball 4.
You know,
So first walk allowed by Luis here in the 6th inning, 1 down.
those defensive players behind Frias really have to appreciate that because, you know, they don't stand around out there a lot.
Yep.
They have to be ready just about all the time.
Well, you hear defenders talk about that all the time, how important it is when a pitcher is working quickly. Frias certainly doing that. Chandler Siegel digs in, pitch. Fastball, up high, ball 1. But, of course, not everybody works like that. Sometimes it's like you're a human sundial out there. Throw to first base, and back and safely diving is Melian. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Amarillo, no runs, no hits, and no errors for San Antonio. Up and in. 2-0, so all of a sudden Frias starting to fall behind batters. Siegel grounded out his first time. Marolio went out, had a quick word with Luis Frias. 2-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Fastball in for a strike. 96 miles an hour, 2-1. Siegel now 0 for 5 in this series. Outfield playing Siegel a step the other way. The infield pretty much straight up. Jones holding on the runner at first base. Pitch. Called strike. 2-2. Frias, glove on his thigh. Ball by his back thigh, brings it into his mitt. Has his sign, 2-2. Liner into right, chasing Thomas back. He's there, he puts it away. 2 down. Melian back to first base, and Luis Frias is 4 outs away here with San Antonio still no hits. Remember, Matt Tabor, earlier this year, in July, a 7-inning no-no against San Antonio. That was in San Antonio. A little bit of deja vu on this Sunday. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. That was a doubleheader as well. That was the nightcap in San Antonio. Opener of this doubleheader. Ball 1 to Rosario. And San Antonio, no hits through 5 2/3 innings. 1-0. Lifted in the air, shallow right. Abreu out, Thomas in. It's Thomas who cradles it in for out number 3. Make it 6 no-hit innings for Luis Frias in a 7-inning game. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Middle of the 6th inning, Amarillo 3 and San Antonio nothing on News Channel 10-2 and the Sod Poodles Radio Network. Fans dancing along to the YMCA on this Sunday in downtown Amarillo. Great to have you with us. Saudis have a 3-0 lead in game 1 of today's doubleheader. New pitcher in for San Antonio, right-hander Brandon Comar. Amarillo has 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. San Antonio, no runs, no hits, and no errors. In a 7-inning game, nobody warming up in the Amarillo bullpen. So you would presume that Luis Frias will come back out in the 7th inning for a chance at a 7-inning no-no. So stay tuned for that. That's certainly a developing storyline. Comar, meanwhile, will face Abreu, Cintron, and Thomas, 8-9-1. And now the Sod Poodles trying to build on a 3-0 lead in the 6th. Comar out of the windup and the pitch. Low and away ball 1. One-0. Upstairs, curve got away. As Abreu ducks out of the way, 2-0. Wave and a miss out in front. 2-1. So Brett Kennedy went 4 innings, 1 run given up. Dylan Rowe went an inning, 2 runs given up. And now Comar. 2-1. Wave and a miss in the dirt. 2-2. Comar appeared on Wednesday night, 3 scoreless innings. He was great. Trying to replicate that here today. Looks in. He winds and he fires. Swing and a miss. Comes back, strikes out Abreu. First strikeout for Comar, number 7 for San Antonio pitching. Brings up Giancarlo Cintron. First pitch. Ground ball, left side, cut off by Cordoba. Spins and throws, and Overstreet digs it out on a hop. I think Cordoba didn't realize how much time he actually had. But a nice play by Cordoba. 5-3 put out, 2 up, 2 down for Comar. And Alec Thomas will be the batter. First pitch, up and away ball 1. Swing and a miss at the 1-0, and the count now 1-1. Pitch, wave and a miss. Boy, Comar sharp again. He's got Amarillo off balance, chasing 1-2. Comar looks in, has his sign. Pitch en route in the dirt. And the count now at 2-2. By the way, Luis Frias will face the heart of the San Antonio lineup in the 7th inning. Ruiz, Azocar, and Ruda. Again, Frias is not allowed a hit through 6 innings in a 7-inning game. 2-2. Pitch on the way. Swinging a drive into left. It's on the way back towards the fence and gone. Alec Thomas, an opposite field home run. Number 7. The Saudis' 3rd home run. It's 4-0 Amarillo in the 6th inning. Amarillo scoring 4, all on home runs. Kennedy and Fletcher, and now Thomas getting in the party as well. Pitch to Fletcher, fouled away. 0-1. Good piece of hitting by Alec Thomas, sending it the other way. That was after he had chased a couple of bad pitches from Comar. 0-1. Fastball in at 91. 1-1. This one hit down the left field side, foul. Lands by the bullpen. And the count now 1-2. One-two, popped up behind the plate. Siegel gets rid of the mask. Does he have room by the netting? No. Lands in the dugout suite. And what did it hit? Apparently it hit the bucket of beer and made a dent in one of the beers. See if we can get a replay of that. Here it is. Let's see, where exactly did this hit? Oy! Fletcher swings and misses at the 1-2 in the dirt. I think it cracked open one of the beers. So Fletcher strikes out, but Thomas a home run in this inning. 4-1 Amarillo as we go to the 7th inning. Luis Frias is going for a 7-inning no-no when we come back. It's Ruiz, Azacar, and Ruda coming up. Don't go anywhere. 4-0 Amarillo, 7th inning we go on News Channel 10-2 in the Sod Poodles Radio Network. We go to the 7th inning, Amarillo 4 and San Antonio nothing. Right-hander Luis Frias has not allowed a hit in 6 innings in a 7-inning game. He faces Ruiz, Azacar, and Ruda. First pitch, bounced foul behind the plate, 0-1. Sam Levitt, Paul Matney with you, News Channel 10-2, Sod Poodles Radio Network. A little bit of deja vu. Matt Saber on July 11th pitched a 7-inning no-hitter in San Antonio. First no-hitter of any kind in Sod Poodles history. Frias is 3 outs away from doing the same. And was time called before that pitch?
Yes,
I think it was, yeah.
Irritated Frias just like it did the first time.
Well, Ruiz maybe trying to break up his rhythm.
Home plate umpire Tanner Dobson getting a few words from the Saudi bench.
Frias so far, 6 scoreless innings. Pitch number 80 coming up. Nobody warming up in the Amarillo bullpen. 0-1 inside. And the count now 1-1. One upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. That no-hitter for Tabor was on July 11th. Pitch. Low. 3-1, and now 3 weeks later, Luis Frias is 3 outs away from doing it to San Antonio in a 7-inning game again. 3-1, fastball in there, called strike, and the count now 3-2. Most pitches that Luis Frias has thrown this year, 96. That was a couple of starts ago. He's at 83 right now. Out of the wind, 3-2. Got him, swing and a miss. Chase the slider, 1 down in the 7th inning. And now Frias 2 outs away.
Now batting the center fielder, number 13, Jose Azocar. All right.
First pitch to Azacar, called strike, off speed, 0-1. Out of the windup, 0-1. Fastball, high inside at 99. 1-1. That is the hardest pitch that we have seen Luis Frias throw this year. He's fired up. 1-1. Bouncer, third base, backing up Kennedy. He's got it. Long throw in time. 2 down. And now Luis Frias 1 out away from Amarillo's 2nd 7-inning no-hitter against San Antonio this year. It would be the 2nd no-hitter of any kind in team history. And now it's all left up to Ben Ruda. Frias fires. Fastball, line drive, foul. Lands by the left field bullpen, 0-1. out of the windup. 0-1, up high, and the count now 1-1. Frias working quickly, wipes away some dirt from the rubber, out of the windup, 1-1. Skied into left, down the line. Garrett over, does he have room and foul ground? He does! Stone Garrett makes the catch! A 7-inning no-hitter! Deja vu against San Antonio again! And this time, it's Luis Frias' day!
Oh, that was a nice effort out there to catch that ball, but what a celebration now out in the infield for Frias and the entire Saudi team.
Luis Frias, a 7-inning no-hitter. What an outstanding performance. His team congratulates him. They bounced up and down, hugs and handshakes, and what a dominant performance from the Dominican right-hander Luis Frias. And Paul, he was in command from the opening pitch.
Absolutely, and he worked so fast, and he just kept that pace up. Very efficient with his pitches this afternoon. It was really a beautiful ball game to see, and what a great ball game. And as you said, just on July the 11th, he did the same thing in San Antonio in a 7-inning game.
So it was Matt Tabor on July 11th, and today it's Luis Frias, another 7-inning no-no. Both against San Antonio, and they do it in less than a month's time. What an outing, what a performance, what a day in game one of this doubleheader. A 7-inning no-hitter for Luis Frias. Stone Garrett made the catch and foul ground down the left field side. And the outing of his career for Luis. Well, with all that, we've got game two of a doubleheader coming up. And what we'll do here on the Sod Poodles Radio Network, News Channel 10-2, we'll send you back to regularly scheduled programming. The final score here in game one of the doubleheader. Amarillo 4, San Antonio 0. A 7-inning no-hitter for Luis Frias in game one.